Ahoy there, Mr. Squidward. Swab the poop deck. Ay, 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 ay.
Yes, hilarious. Don't you have a platinum wisp to get?
That golden spatula.
Whatever. There's one up there.
You know, platinum and silver almost look exactly the same. Like, how do you... What? I died?
They have a different molecular structure.
Yeah, but they look nearly identical. But come on, why didn't I bounce back out of the goo? Like, that happens sometimes. When you get hit into the goo, you just go back up. But no, not that time. Oh my gosh. So we're introduced to these hovering platforms, which are pretty cool. Also, Jam has switched his seat.
Yeah, I'm now a right angle Jam. Much more comfortable.
Yep.
Please see the last video for context.
Okay, now we're Sandy. Because there's a bus stop right here.
Speaking of the last video, we mentioned that while I was sourcing yesterday for an eBay store that I operate, came across an old PS3 that I bought.
Yep.
And brought it home to test it, and it appears to be working great right now.
Yep, but we're going back to the Graveyard Lake to get one sock that we couldn't get before. So, alright, so now, when you get over here to the Graveyard Lake, yeah, these whip swings were not here before, but they also appear now, which can get us to the first sock, also as well as you can't whip swing with SpongeBob, so pretty much, there's pretty much no way to get the sock like this way. However, you can actually jump, and I've done this before, you can actually jump from that platform right there and make it onto the little, like, branches or whatever underneath, whatever they're called. Yeah. And then you can jump up there and get it with SpongeBob. Of course, there's no way to get back, but... Alright, so we're back, and so is SpongeBob, and Jam can finally tell his story.
I'm not sure it's a story, it's just a little anecdote. You know, so I brought home that old PS3.
Yep.
And I'm not sure I'm not really sure what version of the PS3 it is.
It's not the one that plays PS2 games, though.
Yeah, it's not the one it's not the first generation, but so we plugged it in, got hooked up to the internet, and we did a factory restore on it, and then it had to update software. It had to update and update and update.
Yep, we tried to store, and then we couldn't actually. It didn't turn on at first because the memory was not found.
Yeah, it was not reading the memory.
The storage.
So then I moved a couple of buttons. Apparently the hard drive might have been a little loose, so I flicked a couple of switches, and everything's fine now.
Also, this is the weirdest sock placement in the game.
Is it?
Yeah, I just collected it. Just wanted to, Yep.
So now what we're doing is, I mentioned it came with a game in the drive, Call of Duty game.
Modern Warfare
3.
Yeah. Because it's completely different from 1 and 2.
And, yeah. And we've installed the updates for it. It keeps freezing on us though when we try to play it, and the disc is scratched. So the player may have a hard time reading some of the content from the disc. So,
and even if that's the case, then the player, you might not be able to play the game completely because Call of Duty requires some very difficult controls.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Oh no! 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 Maybe that's why they call it game consoles, because it needs a player to actually run the games, but then it has to have a player to actually press the commands. It's pretty cool.
We did download a Ratchet and Clank demo that Nat played yesterday.
Yep.
So the system itself works fine.
Yep.
And just a little hint for a future video, you may be seeing a Jam on Toast someday, with me attempting to play that Ratchet and Clank demo. Actually, if you're watching this, listening to this video, it's probably already happened.
Yeah, because we're recording this on January 24th.
Because you'll be seeing this way in the future.
Yep.
So it will already happen, and I've already made a fool of myself. So that'll be fun.
So in the second half of the second area, they like put a bunch of wall jump puzzles on you. So hopefully, this is the first part of the game where like the wall jumping actually starts to get pretty difficult, because it takes them quite a while for them to actually start putting challenges with wall jumping. But do you want to feed the clam 2,700 shiny objects and get a bungee?
Sure, why not?
Hopefully they heard you. Oh, look at this! Look at this! There we go.
It's kind of freaky.
Yep, but I guess, yeah. It's the pit from Temple of Doom, except it's all green.
Yeah.
Alright. There we go. Now, I have a strategy for this. What you do is you start wall jumping on these at the latest possible time. So that way you only have to do it like twice. Yeah. There we go. Oh no. Get this torpedo robot before it notices me. Yeah. Oh no. Where are those robots? Okay, now this part right here. You always start with this. Oh my gosh. You get your camera turned over this way, and then you always jump from this top part here. Hold. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Okay, this is the most obnoxious thing ever right here. This wall jumping segment is just annoying. Because you can't go too fast, but you can't go too slow. Okay. Get you. Alright.
So it's like the three little bears. You gotta go just right.
Yep. And you also have to hold the analog stick while you do the jumping. So that way you get the full speed. Yep, but thankfully, we're at the end here. Okay, first activate this box. Okay, now grab the spatula. $70 spatulas, only 30 left. Man. And we're gonna collect 16 of them all at the same time. So, next time on Battle for Bikini Bottom, we'll be heading to the Dutchman's ship.